What's up? What's good? Thank you so much for being here. Always appreciate you being on this channel. You could have been anywhere else, but you're here. My name is Kale, and today my guest is not really a guest. He's a brother to me, and he's a superstar to you, okay? Yes, he's my superstar as well, but like he's my brother. So I just wanted to have conversations with him. He's been on the scene for so long, and he hasn't stopped. He just keeps transitioning to the next thing. When you talk about live music right now, you cannot have live music without Peter Senzagaze. Welcome, brother, man.
Oh,
It's good to have you here.
proper.
Yeah, I didn't know. Yeah, man.
It's good to be here, and
Yeah.
it's good to be on your podcast. Like,
Yeah,
I
no.
never saw this one coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, man. Like, sometimes I look back, I'm like, I was asking myself, I was like, wait a minute. Like, when I go back to the time we were introduced by one of our friends, our mutual friend,
Yeah.
we should find that person, man.
Yeah, Mleng, I can just imagine where she
Where
is.
is she?
Like-
I've been
like,
thinking, yeah.
There are people that sometimes that's why I start believing Zambia is big. Or because there are people that you just don't meet, but they are there somewhere.
Man, like, yeah. Zambia is really big.
And we've always had friends that were like close to us before we made it. Then when you make it, they actually look for you. You just receive a call. Oh, You're like,
yeah.
But for her,
She just,
yeah.
I don't remember after she introduced us. Obviously, years passed by, a lot happened. I don't remember ever bumping into her. Like,
Sometimes probably as you grow, I think as we grow as people, we start changing aspirations, the kind of life that we start living, probably even if she's married, what type of spouse, and
I know what you mean.
you know what I mean. You're like, no, that guy is
You
my
can't even
friend.
point. They say, oh, no, that's my
That,
name.
you know.
Oh, he's your friend.
Yeah.
It should be
How?
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but I do think about her sometimes. I'm like, yo, God just uses people differently. So this girl just walks up to me. She's like, Jay, we were at the same
And
school.
you see, she was very unpredictable. Like
Yeah.
today, she can be friendly.
Yes, that's the thing. Sometimes I'm like, should I say hi?
Today she can be friendly, and tomorrow she's not as friendly as she was yesterday. So you have to take her according to how she is.
How's the
If she's
weather
just saying
today?
hi,
Yeah.
just say hi. She walks
She
away.
came with a serious face. Jay, I've got a friend that I want you to meet. He loves music like you. I said, okay, cool. Yeah, you know I'm always there. And for some reason, she found the perfect time when I'm chilling and what.
Yeah,
You guys came through. I was like, what's up? And we talked. Yeah. Do you remember like your first impression? Like, was I friendly to you? What do you remember?
My first impression, I'm coming from Sefula,
Yeah.
fresh off the boarding house in Western Province.
Yeah.
And I'm coming to meet some guy who's been in Lusaka at Livala. He's a Lusaka boy.
Yeah.
So I have to catch up with a lot of things. The jokes, what is funny to you guys, especially when you are with someone.
I can't even
like, what is funny with you guys, I have to.
It takes you a while.
Yeah, like the joke passes
And
me.
you
You guys are laughing.
You were
like,
always real, and I like that. You didn't go like, too. You'd be like,
guys, wait. Guys, I'm slow. Then, yeah, and I think as time went on, I think I had the part of you that I understood, and I chose to relate with you at that
years
level.
later, we were on the same, like we could, even to date, we can laugh at the same thing. People
No,
wouldn't
but
even-
you laugh at my English. So today, when I was saying I'm on my way,
Yeah.
the guy was picking me up, bringing me, came late.
Yeah.
Instead of writing late, I wrote Kate. Then I wrote late again. In my head, I'm like, now Jay is
It's
laughing
probably
at
like,
me.
it's him. It's still the same guy.
And you're the reason why I don't rap. Because remember, I was a rapper.
No, but for me, I was in.
You laughed at my rap.
Yeah.
It's in my first
What was the
song.
rap one?
It was in the
Zifelile.
first song, Zifelile.
Yeah.
Then there was the second verse. I was rapping in English.
Look, you
so
were-
I put the word incredible.
it didn't sound like Incredibles. It sounded like Green Balls. And I remember I said, what did you say here? From that day on, we just said like Green Balls. Okay, so for me, one thing I'm proud of is that I never sugarcoated anything. When you brought me that song, I was like, okay, this is okay, you know? But I think it can be better. You know what I mean? Then when you came with Good Night, if you remember correctly.
Yeah. Okay, so with I think with the first song, I think it was a matter of the producer just getting my money.
Yeah. What was it? The mixing? They just let you do whatever you wanted. There was no
Okay, so
direction.
that recording, there was no coaching, there was no recording. I've never been in a studio. I've just gone to the studio.
That was
for
the
first
first
time.
recording.
Yeah.
What studio was that?
Nexus.
That was Nexus.
Yes.
This video was Nexus.
It was Nexus and it was done by Easy Mike. You are the one who told me I should see Easy Mike and everything like that. But the thing is that I did not have the money to actually pay for a studio session. So we used this lunch hour
to record
that song.
Yeah.
So my recording, I think, was just about 30 minutes or something.
Yeah.
Because it was just about how does it go? He just played like 3-4 sounds with the bass. And he was
very musical, but like, yeah.
Yeah, he just played like 3-4 sounds with the bass and told me to record. So I do not know, at that moment, I don't know whether you record the chorus first, then you back it, then you start doing the verses, then you move the chorus.
Too. Yes. Yeah.
So for me, it was just like, oh, the paper is here, the song goes like this. So I sing it from when?
It was written.
Yes.
Even Incredible.
So I read the song, the whole song from
so he just let you like.
He just let me like, I finish the chorus, I go into the verse, finish it, I sing another chorus, just like that, my brother.
Yo.
Like I sing the whole take up to the end, and then second backing. I start backing now.
The whole
thing up to the end again, and then he finishes. Then he does his kaka, bends it up, gives it to me. I've got a song now. I'm like, wow, yeah. So now I'm looking forward to what listen to. I listened to it. It had so much punch. So the loudness was good. The sound was okay.
No, but you know one thing I admire, even after all these years, the way you can believe in something that. The whole world is like, sad.
Yeah.
You can have a carrot, and you tell the whole world this is a cucumber. Everyone's like, sad, you and I, Nishani. But the way you just believe in something and it works out, everyone goes like, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? So what I'm saying is that, from that song, then you came back, you had Good Night. I was like, how did this is so? I was like, this is an instant hit. This one is like, I can't say anything. This is a dope one.
Yeah, and then I started writing songs. Like I think I wrote with Good Night and them. I recorded them like in one session again.
Good Night was also like, this one was a little different.
Yeah, this one was different because now they was coaching me and everything like that. No, let's do this.
What inspired Good Night?
Okay, so
you going through? Were you in love? What
no. So it was a time I was staying in Kamwala, but I was doing a NATEC at what's that place? LBTC, Lusaka Business and Technical College. It's called Lusaka Trades. Yeah. So I used to walk from Kamwala to school every day, and so if I leave in the morning, sometimes during afternoon I'll just stay there till I do my afternoon classes. Then I'll go to the hostels, chill with friends, and then walk home. So when I'm walking home around, I think 18, I was passing through Kawata. Then I found a couple like they are standing. Marodiam Kawata. Those days it was like there was no much tar road, so there's a lot of. So I think it was from raining. I think that's what kept me in school because it was raining. So when I was walking, it was already late, and then there was a pool of water, and then there was a couple that was standing. So I had to use just where they were standing for me to pass, so that I don't pass on the water. So when I was just passing next to them, the guy was like, "Good night, baby. I'll see you tomorrow." And they hugged and kissed. I go like, "Oh." So there's always, that can be a good song, like where you are just saying,
good night to someone,
I'll see you tomorrow and everything.
Did the tune come instantly as they're walking?
Yeah. I think I just started singing that, good night, baby. I'll see you tomorrow, Gukacha, Mailo.
Kinda like when you look at music now, there's a song that kind of comes close to that. Oneli's Ndondo. I don't know. Every time I hear that, I'm like, I'm like, whoa, you know?
I never thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna go on a break. When we come back, I want us to just talk about, just the transition from that to you just being successful and just some of the memories along the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. My guest is Peter Senzagaze and we're vibing. My name is Jay Kale. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. My guest is Peter Senzagaze. My name is Jay Kale, and I'm so grateful that you're on this channel. Please like, click, and share. Remember, we're at Fort Mount Studios, and the vibes are right. Zaga. Now I'm taking you back to the day you and I recorded Ono. What do you remember about that morning? What did we eat?
So what I remember very well is I had spent like a week with that beat. Went to the studio trying to sing because I wrote it I made the beat for Kanyaka Ngono, for the song Kanyaka Ngono.
I still can't believe each time you say that. Yeah. I'm like,
so Kanyaka Ngono, I'm trying to put
that's how you sing it on stage.
Yeah, so I would always fail. I failed to fit it. It wasn't really gelling. And I felt like the bounce is wrong, but the beat sounds good. I cannot just let it be. Then I gave you, like on a Friday, say, create a chorus for this. Yeah. Then you went home. You came on a Monday on our way to the studio. So I'm asking you to say, how does the song go? Like, but I failed.
I remember that I tried. When I was forcing up, you know where it was on CD, right?
Yeah.
I remember playing and the stereo was on down on the carpet. So I would sleep like this. The speaker is here because if you make noise, they will tell you when or they'll wake you up. Like, what are you doing? People are sleeping. So I'd put the volume really low. Listen, if I have headphones, but it would be nice to have both. So I would move them like this, both speakers. I was like, this beat is nice, but why can't I come up with something?
So for me, that really broke me when you came and then there is no chorus.
It was the recording day.
Yeah, we are going to the studio now. You've come with the CD. Because you even went with the CD. There's not like there were two CDs. No, you've carried these CDs. So
I was like, I'm going to disappoint.
So now you come here and there's no chorus. So we're like, anyway, let's just go. We'll create something as we go there. Yeah. And we reach there.
Do you remember what food we carried?
I don't remember, but I know we used to carry a lunchbox or something.
Yeah, you made some sandwiches. Yeah, and I don't remember whether that was juice or Ziggy, but we carried food.
No, juice, of course. I was staying with my Kelvin.
I was with him recently, though.
My Kelvin, of course, I can't drink Zig.
Yeah, sing sounds.
And then I think we spent so much time in the studio just playing the beat, trying to create something we're failing. Yeah. We even met, there's Diana Chongo.
Diana from the studio?
Yeah, she used to record from there. So we started just playing with her in the studio, right?
Yeah.
So I walked, I think, to eat my breakfast, and the beat is playing, and you are in the studio, you wore the headsets, and you are screaming like ad-libs.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, Jay, that what you're screaming is the chorus.
Yeah.
Like what? Oh no, yes, the same one. Just try to record it the way repeatedly. I'll create something in between. And then you just did. Oh no.
Then the feeling came.
Oh no. Oh no. I'm like that. Now my headache is just to fit in what to answer after you scream oh no. And sinifuna na kulanga.
What?
Nifuno vala so yanga. Then you are like wavutika moyo wanga.
What's like because for me, like that's a song for a lifetime, no matter how much we dodge things, that's a song that comes back. What's your favorite line from that song?
Yeah. But I've learned that people, like the audience, they like singing your part.
Yeah.
So when it comes to that, I always make
You
sure
just
that they it's just the keyboard
let
and
them
what,
sing.
then they sing.
For me, my favorite part on that song is Kansi charo chenda kuti pakulemera
But that was
papa.
your writing.
Yeah,
That's why you like
no,
it.
no, no, no.
Because-
It's not
no,
even no.
that part.
No, it's not. It's. I didn't think it was even, but like
No, now that's why you like it, because I did.
Kansi.
Nikalangana kumbali.
Yeah.
Bafana wose bankala mabali bachikulire bakatya nikangala nizifunza niwai. Then you are like
Kansi charo chenda kuti pakulemera pakaungale mviti
ono chaube chikawalala cha
chamfuti olo kamalonda nyonso la pajuti.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
So I think if now when I sit down and listen to the song, I can actually tell where I created, where
Yeah.
you created. Like I can hear. Like,
Yeah.
that's him. That for me mostly when I was creating those parts, I would wear Bob Mabege.
Oh yeah, you've always had that.
Yeah, I'll have to wear
No,
Bob
for you
Mabege.
actually it's Bob Mabege and Ozzy. Why is
Yeah.
it?
So when I'm creating something about real life, the reasoning I have to wear is Bob Mabege. Like Bob understands ghetto, understands normal Zambian life. So I have to wear him. I have to reason like him. Then I would create something that the people in the ghetto urban can relate with. If I want to just do some vibe like tossing, yes, I think I have to wear some John White or Bob Mabege or MC Wabuino. Or if I want to be musical and fun, yeah.
John White is
good, yeah. But John White, I think, yeah, for me played a very big part, especially realizing that dancehall could be created in a more Zambian way. Because before that, the guys were trying by all means to do it in a dancehall, actual Jamaican. Yeah, but that guy was just like, and I learned you can create what you want. You don't really have to
follow. There's no rules.
Yeah, there are no rules.
That's one thing I've come to realize after all these years. So it's hard for me when I'm in the studio and someone's recording. I want to say something, but somebody wants to be white celeb. They come in the studio, they sound like, I'm like, no, man. You go in the studio, you want to be obviously Peter Senzagaze, but there are no rules, Do dancehall, but don't sound like DJ Cosmo. Don't sound like T-Sean. Don't sound like Batman Sharpie. There are no rules.
Not at all. You just have to create what I think excites you, and mostly you are able to suspect or visualize that a good number of people can love this, because it's about the numbers. So sometimes you run away from a tune that sounds good to you because maybe it sounds mbundu or it sounds too much hardcore, to something that is a little bit closer to people.
When did you know that, okay, I think now I've made it? Do you remember the day you said now? Because for me, I remember the day I just said, you've been my friend, I've seen you record, you've recorded. But then one day, I came home. I think I Pascal Enzo Chokakut. But that night, I don't know if I even came with you guys, but you had a show. And you're just getting ready for the show. That was my first time hearing, I think, Munyaole. Was it Munyaole? Yeah. You're in a towel, you are just in a vibe, like tonight it's on, then you play the song. You know when you play a song and you just feel like, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? Yeah, I think there was an event that night.
So for me, there are two most defining factors about my career where I felt like I think I'm not what I was 10 minutes ago or yesterday. After Mnyaole came out, I think it played like, at first you are trying to make peace with the airplay. Because it was, I think for me, it was the first ever song of mine that played so much in the shortest period of time.
Yeah.
And for the first, so I used to have like a garden. You remember in Liwala where I was staying?
Just
in front of
the road.
Yeah. So I'll just be like around 18, I'll be by the garden watering and everything like that. So my song is played for 2 weeks. It's everywhere now, people are playing it. So I'm watering that. But what was shocking on that day every car that was passing in that road.
It's playing the song.
Not that it's playing on a radio station.
These are
and
people
they're-
just jamming.
and they are, yeah, but it's people playing it, so it's playing different parts. When it's from radio station, you can hear that it's one way.
Yeah.
The bus passes,
the
the taxi, there's some old man. So I'm standing there and I'm like, even if I scream to these people and say, that's my song,
they'll be like, when I am, yeah.
"Did that change my vegetables?" So at that moment, that's why I was like, I stood there. I think after I finished, I really realized after I finished watering, then I think,
But
yes, because there's no way. Almost every car that has passed here, I've heard that song, my song. Even now, as I'm thinking, then there's another car that is passing, playing the same song. And I was like, I think we are somewhere.
Yeah.
But the song used to give me signs every time I would play it, even if before it came out. Like I'll go somewhere, we perform. They don't know me, I perform. People be like, again, so, you know. So, but that day, yes. The second one was, I have done my launch. I've gone around. I've toured Zambia, and then it is around 02 to, I always call it 0216. It was around 0216. 0216, and I am walking in an aisle. People are sleeping on the plane, this side and this side, and I'm flying to London. So at 02, I'm looking at white people sleeping, people are, you know, Islam. Just the plane is full and everyone is sleeping, and I'm walking, just stretching my legs without shoe. I am not wearing my shoes, and I'm asking myself. So I go into the lavatory, I looked at myself in the mirror, and I asked myself, how did I get here? So I'm like, so the same recording, and now I'm flying to London.
Yeah.
You understand? I walked back, found Lady T, may her soul rest in peace, General Ozzy and MC Wabuno, they're just there seated. I'm like, I'm flying with these guys I used to watch on TV.
Yeah. And that transition was fast,
that was like also.
What year was that?
2006.
And one thing about you, never forget years.
No. Because
it's a good quality. You never forget. I said, well, you remember? Oh, that was strange. I'm like,
because for me, almost everything that has happened in my life is a life
documented in here.
Yeah, it's a life moment. I think I started documenting my life. So there's a book I'm writing. It starts with the first memory I ever have.
Yeah. You go back.
Yes, like the first memory I remember where I think. Then
What's the name of the book? Or it's gonna come out later?
Yeah. I haven't really. I'm telling myself untold stories or what, but I think I'll find out. I always think it's only us who have a struggle story. But if you sit with somebody, they will tell you a story about when they didn't sleep, when they walked on foot in the night, when they were chased by an auntie, when they, like, everyone has got a touching story.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to write that book so that at least my kids or just people are able to.
I'm trying to imagine you writing. Are you literally writing when you're typing?
The first I was typing and just leaving on the computer. Then the laptop was stolen. So now I'm using.
So somebody has got your stuff.
Some odd. I think they just even flashed it. They wouldn't do. Yeah. So I'm writing on Google Drive, like, so I can't lose anything.
Yeah, man. I like that. Time is moving so fast, man, because I usually have like a few breaks and we wrap up. We're almost going to wrap up after the break, but I'll try and catch up with you. When you come back, you've written so many songs that some people cringe when they listen to. And I'll tell you which one for me and my friend, but when it came out, I was like, oh my gosh, no. But it somehow worked out, you know. I want you to also just tell me which songs, maybe out of all your songs, which one it made you sit before releasing, like, should I? You know what I mean? I think we should talk about that. You've got such a huge catalog. Yeah. My guest is Peter saying Zagaze. I'm so tempted saying Zagaze. It's so catchy, man.
It's so good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, my guest is Peter saying Zagaze. Make sure you stay right here. My name is Jay Kale.
Welcome back to Vibing. My name is Jay Kale. My guest today is Peter Senza. He's got so many songs catalog. Yeah, if you say, what's your let me do something I haven't done. Yeah. So this is for the crew here. What's your favorite song by Peter Zen? I just want to hear your voices loud. Your favorite song by Peter Zen?
The one you mentioned in the video.
Which one is that?
The first one you talked about.
Good Night. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a crazy song.
Oh no. Oh no. And that is like another one. The one you did for a church. Sure. What's the title?
The whole map always. That one caught me off guard. I laughed so hard. But it is the intro said, wait, what? Oh, you know, the church. Yeah, and the New Year church, but it's a brilliant song. Yeah, Kali, what's up? What's your song?
No, I don't know.
Dance song? Yeah, I like that, man. Now, speaking of your song, for me, when I heard, I was like, oh my God, no, I don't know why I just said, wake up, so away. Just a melody. I was like, it's hilarious, but I was like, I don't know. I
can relate.
didn't think it would play on radio like that.
Yeah.
I was
No, as you can, it brought a lot of issue also. So the funny part is that after recording it, as I'm driving home and playing it, I found the police officer. They stopped me. They asked for a lift for me to drop them somewhere in front. And I found myself just turning the song off.
Oh yeah, like
Oh yeah. And I drove after they dropped, and then I'm like, then it must be something. If I'm failing to play it in front, what more? Yeah, but it's a song that ended have taken me to BBC, like the actual day at Bush Hubs.
Yeah.
Like, I was in London, and then I was called, say, we've heard you are in London, we want you for an interview at the week. So I went, did the interview. Following in the morning, I visited BBC Africa. In the morning, I had my say about, some film organization that stood and we say, it's bad, it's got what, it's trying to disrespect women and all that.
in Zambia too.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people protest you. Yeah, that's the song. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, it took us a while. But the funny part is that there is no man that requests for that song. It's filled with female fans that get when it says, oh,
that's crazy. Yeah.
But the song really that made me feel like maybe I shouldn't make this. What song is Anyango?
Yeah,
Like I'm done with the album, so I'm listening to it now. I'm supposed to go to Super Shine and hand it in for reproduction and everything. So I'm just going through the songs. Then me tell me I'll rate again and go back. I do.
No. Yeah.
This one,
Yeah.
I think this is trouble.
You felt
Let
like
me
you
just
went too
stay
far.
away. Yeah, like let me just not. But I've then realized that if it doesn't scare you, then it's not gonna do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I left it and it happened, and I realized that some songs made it, like Msia Topping and what, yeah. But that album had topics that really scared me. But Anyan really made me feel like, oh,
Yeah.
let me not.
But that album was like, it was just, you were like in another place, man.
Yeah, but you know what I've realized though? I think it's about people paying attention, really. Because I don't think the beats, yes, are good. The Blazer production is good.
Yeah.
But I don't think the content that is on Bobojan is better than that is on Job 1313 or on Apocalypto.
To you, they were like, your
Yeah,
brain is
but
on.
I can listen, like I can hear that this is too much content. And especially with the Apocalypto album, every time I meet people, like I and then they listen to the songs, they're like, wait a minute. And when I'm watching my streams, like right now, the album that does well is the same Bobojan. The second one is Apocalypto, and then there's Job 1313, and then everything follows
Yeah.
behind. So I'm like, oh, so people are listening out there. So it's a matter of they hear a song, it plays, and they play it again.
They're
and
like,
they play
yo,
it again.
yeah.
But because now people are so excited about listening to the newer artist, they forget there's also some music out there. Unless they bump into it, that's when they go like, wait a minute. and you see how they react when they actually meet you and they've listened to the newer music you've done.
Oh man! Speaking of the new artists, like what's your take on the current crop of Zambian music right now? Or like, how do you look at the scene?
I think for me it comes back to, because the sentiments that I always hear from older artists is the same sentiments I used to hear from the older artists when I was new, and I used to feel like, but we are making it and we are doing it. So I think it's just a matter of learning from each other. The older guys have to understand that times change, and there are also new 20-year-old, 23-year-old people that are now adults and they have what they like. So if you want to tap into it, them, you have to actually do some music that
You
they
were
like.
once a new cat.
Yeah. So, and then it had to take those that were older to try and make the music the way we were making. If you're going to stick to say, so it's either you make a decision to say, I think I'll just stick to my numbers so that I don't stress myself so much trying to tap into the newer guys. We are just kind of lucky that the people that are between 20 and 27 years old currently are people that used to listen to our music through their parents or guardians. So they still have,
And that is so true.
yeah, they still have
That is
so
accurate.
every time you're talking to someone like, no, my uncle used to like that, yeah, and then they love or they relate with us on that level through an uncle. It's like, yeah.
Very true. What you've said just recently, I think I was telling the team the other time I was here. A friend of mine, very close friend of mine, Dan, she saw a clip I made of like the old time, the video of Ono and just me recently. I was just singing and comparing 2005, 2025, and says, "You're the one who did that song with Peterson."
Like 20
Oh
years
my
ago,
gosh,
yeah.
you don't know what that song means to me. Dad used to play that song every day.
Yes,
My
yeah.
dad's late, but when I close my eyes and that song plays, I see him. I'm like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And you're
yeah,
very right.
yeah.
You're very right on that.
So yeah, the truth of the matter is that every November, high schools offload new adults into society.
Katrak.
Yeah, November, yeah,
Baba Seru-
Baseruka. And it's like
You
that.
don't look at it like
So
that.
I think, yeah, I think you just have to be prepared that every time you're celebrating December, you know that there's another group of people that are ready to grab life and take over even from you and from anyone. And they are not apologetic about it. Like, there's no one who's got a right because you came earlier on earth. So you
Yeah.
have more right to, yeah, everyone is coming to get their piece of cake.
True, man. We've lost so many friends. You and I, a lot of friends in the industry.
Yeah.
We could count. Some of them. They're even far fetched. You Jochi Bangu.
Yeah, I don't know why you
Alubusu.
started from there. That's where.
Yeah, man. George Wangu, brilliant
brought me,
producer, writer, something is a baby face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, we go to Alubusu, Lily T, coming to the
And
PJs.
these people that you can tell stories about.
Yes, I
Yeah.
can just say, I used to, sometimes I can't even tell my friends at work, I just keep quiet. You know
Yeah,
what I
for
mean?
you, they might be thinking like, dude.
Yeah, I just keep quiet. The Lily T song plays, I'm like, I used to chill with
Yeah,
Lily
but
T.
you introduced me to Lily T.
Sometimes I forget.
Yeah, like you were able to give me even the picture of the kind of person she is before I met her. So even when I meet her, I
Yeah.
know who I'm talking to. She
Yeah.
might be meeting me for the first time,
But
but
you
I already
they
know
told me,
her
yeah.
because somebody understand that way.
Yeah.
And I remember you used to like going swimming at the Olympic swimming pool. Jay, I'm going to buy my bikini. You forgot about that.
You remember everything. That's what I was saying. I forgot about that. I
Yeah.
remember Lily T telling me about her trip to Botswana. This is how she
Yeah.
used to talk. Jay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jay.
Yeah.
She had discount.
Yeah.
So
I
the
said,
choir
yeah.
will be in.
Ezel Muzungu.
Yeah, I'm like.
Lily T was
Funny thing, when she passed away, you're the one who told me first.
Oh yeah.
I think we were in the studio in Kawata.
Yeah.
And you said, yo, bro, you heard the news. Yeah, we've lost Lily. I was like, wait, what?
She's the one who taught me how to charge. Like at my highest peak, I didn't know how much to charge. I was still charging like everyone.
Yeah.
Because maybe I was afraid of losing shows. Then she's like, no, do you know where you are now? These guys around, they just talk to you the same way so that you feel like you are still the same way. dude, you are too higher than them right now.
Yeah.
You can start charging this much. And I'm looking at her, I'm like, Lady T, you want me to lose shows? I said, no, just try. So I tried. You can think of somebody who's charging 3 pin 5, goes to 10 pin.
That's how she
Yes, and everyone else is charging 4 5 or 5 pin. And me, I'm 10 pin.
It worked.
So the first 1 month, I didn't have shows or something. Like they
Now
will
you're
go
like,
and they
maybe I
will go. They will
should.
go there. When I was just convincing myself, someone came to pay 11. I'm like, oh.
Wait a minute, I'm staying here.
So it's like they communicated, so he charges what and everything like that. So if you give him, it might be too expensive. So just tell him in upfront. And he said the figure that I don't mention. I'm like, oh, so let's work with it. And it started working. I remember charging Guy Fisher before he created RNG events. So he did a New Year's Eve function in Kitwe. So he got a bunch of us artists, Danny, JK, Afunika, sorry, not Afunika, Hamova, John Doe, like a group of artists, and I was there. And I charged a certain amount. So he gave us down payment. The day of paying, he's giving us, so he wasn't like giving secretly, so he just
Everyone
gave me
is
one,
there.
And JK looked at what he gave me. Like, no, Takuli. No, let me pay 9 years for that.
That's his charge.
But they have to pay you back, JK.
Those are some of funny things. Things like
Yeah.
that.
So it was a moment.
Yeah.
But Lility taught me that how to charge most.
I don't know. I think we're gonna ask for one more break then, because we're supposed to close. There's still I think we still have one more two things to say before we close. I want to get into obviously, your other ambitions. Some people say Peterson shouldn't go into politics. Like, are you into politics deep, or you're just testing the waters? We need to get into that as well before we go. But we're gonna go on a break now. Before we go on a break, do you remember one moment where you just said JT? So where are we going? So we went to. Then Arcade was like, I don't know what was going on. There were so many artists. It was a table. We found so many artists, so we sat on the table. It was I think there was an event that was coming up, so they needed to meet all the artists, and so he told me to go along with you. So the waiter came, what are you having? Everyone was saying Coca-Cola, Fanta, Coca-Cola, Fanta. It came to you, he said Coca-Cola, Fanta, you said your Sprite. I said my thing, then you told me, so Zambia Bekaza Kambaka Siki. I forgot it. He said pepperoni of the church. It went to see, he's like, wait, why is Peterson telling me here? So it came to CQ. Sir, what are you having? Hot chocolate. We just all laugh, bro. Hot chocolate, what is that? You know what I mean? Yeah, just such a shoot. Yeah, forgot it. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go on a break one last time. You're watching the show is called My Name is Jay Kale, because obviously that's me. But the truth is that this guy is a legend, is my brother, and we're just vibing today right here at Fort Mount Studios. Make sure you share this, like, comment, and be part of the family. Don't go anywhere. He's here every time it's what were you saying? No, let's just get it out of here. A lot of people sing everything they want. Yeah,
It's like when I ask people to say, Muntu Ali Becha, we always sing that, but when we say, watch some friend, what does he say?
Shan, they're gonna stab you in the back. But put that phone on silent, but it's okay. Yeah.
Me feel it every time you look into your eyes. Me feel it. Love me forever, baby. Ozanizi. Chikonita mumveka, seka, teka, beta. It never break my feeling.
Again. Chikondi chamumbeka.
Chamveka, chateka.
Oh, chamumbeka.
Teka, beta. Never ever break my feeling. Never break my feeling.
Yo, it's like you remember Dr. Love?
Yeah.
You remember that part?
Which one?
Maseka Leonce, I just remember you. Dr. Love. Feeling. Your hearts are beating at the same time. What a beautiful feeling.
It's the same with Mutima Wamboduda.
What is that?
Wamboduda abnormal. Ududa kamsanga na vilavu. Mutima Wamboduda abnormal. Ududa kamusanga na vilavu.
Hey, yo, there's so many songs we can dissect. Maybe we should start a show called Dissecting the.
Hey, that would be nice. That would be nice.
Yeah,
nice.
but we can't start it. We need a sponsor, like a huge sponsor.
Proper. Nah, because a lot of it's just a matter of just knocking doors.
Yeah, man.
A lot of
I'll be dope. There's so many songs.
A lot of companies want to be visible. It's just a matter of knocking the doors. They won't come out if you don't follow them. Yeah,
we're coming to knock. Otherwise, like I said, time is always cruising, man. Also, just shout out to Sambulo. Sambulo took me to Nexus. Yeah, it's a whole. He's in Australia now. Huh?
Oh,
man.
Wow.
Australia with his family there.
Nice.
Relocated. He's busy with what he does.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, man. But he's always our guy, Zagari. But that night you're sending me those songs, we're exchanging.
Yeah.
I sent him. What was Akutiboy, man? Yeah. Zaga, at what point did you go like, you know what? Let me get into politics. Was it a thought? Did somebody call you? What happened?
Okay, so I grew up from a political home. My mom was a staunch UNIP. As early as 12 years, and as I saw 10 years, I saw people wearing UNIP regalia from our home, collecting bags of sacks and everything will arrive from home, and then people come and get. And especially the 1991 election, I think I saw that happen in front of me. I think I was 9, and yeah, I was 9 then.
Do you know that I remember that campaign very well?
Yeah.
We had bandanas at home. I'm sure Dad was in that.
Yeah, of course.
We had bandanas at home. I'll give people. I didn't even know that was like a campaign.
Yeah. So I saw that happen, and then also when I was in my last grade of primary, like grade 6, grade 7. The time that Zadeko was campaigning also when I was in the village in Wandoi.
Yeah.
I think I saw that also happen in my village and everything, like people come and all that mathematics that was going on. They bring maize, they do what, they talk to people, those people that are able to make noise like us with big voices are used to scream, Zadeko, yeah, you know. So it's always been part of me. But I did not understand the nitty-gritties of what it is really. For me, it was just desire to see things happen, to see change, to see a better Zambia, to see just a lot of things get better than what we always see every day, what we complain about. So I was looking at leadership on that aspect, innocent point of view. And the first one is that I think after spending a lot of months in Nairobi, I also Windhoek, I thought I could bring some aspect to Lusaka City. I think that was they said, if you've got a backing, you're sitting at the top of the council, because I started standing for mayor, and you're sitting at the top of the council. They've got all this blueprint of the town planning and everything again. Yeah. For me, really, the biggest issue that really wanted me to go into politics at first was just the pain of plot giving. So we always complain about drainage in Lusaka, but even if we make drainages, there's nowhere to take that water. So the water can go in a drainage, but all the reserves are now plots. You know, in Chunga, behind Chelston Clinic, there was like a swamp area. Now there are plots there and everything like that. So I'm like, I think we need to stick to national planning to what the city is
The
how it's
original,
planned.
yeah.
Yeah. So innocently, I went into that, introduced myself into politics, and it came out quite well. And then the second time I did was MP, and think that's where I learned.
What was
I
the
saw
first one?
politics.
Kabata?
Yeah, the first one was Lusaka Mayor.
Lusaka
Yeah,
Mayor,
then
yeah.
the second one was
You were against Miles.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Then Lusaka Kawata is when I understood a bunch of what is happening, and then there's certain things that we don't realize in life. Because Kudala, I would meet people, maybe because of the way I write music, I would meet people like in a shopping mall, and they ask me, so what are you, Peterson? What, like, are you a capitalist or a socialist or a communist? I never used to understand
You
all
didn't
that.
know that.
Me, mostly my answer used to be, I'm just living life. And you
That's
see them,
Zambian, yeah.
yeah, you just like, you see people just look at you and what. And I never understood. But after I think, entangled with the Socialist Party, and they took me to school in Limpopo at Nkrumah School to go learn internationalism, socialism, and Pan-Africanism. I opened my eyes to understand that what we are, where we are, why we face the challenges we face as countries, especially third world countries, why we have first world countries, third world countries, and all that. So, and I realized that most of us, especially in Africa, why we always find it hard to get rich is because we are brought up on a communal mindset. We are more on communism. But when we make it in life and you have to start living life, you have to live it as a capitalist. So most of us stay in villages where you've got so much, everything is communal. You use the same well, you get you fetch water from the same place. You share almost everything. Even at home, you wear your brother's shirt, your cousin's jacket. When you at the capitalist level, you have to hire that. But we get so used to, we borrow. You even have the right of saying, I'll go to my uncle's place for holiday. So we are more communal. But when we grow up and we want to operate at a global level, you realize that everything is capital. So all this thing of depending on the other person doesn't make sense to the capital world. If I am sick on a communal basis or on a socialist mindset, I'll call you and say, Jane and everything. You as a social mind or communal human being, you say, nizwako chimtengo kotenga matepo, shan, I'll get then nikuletele. A capitalist will tell you, say, I know someone who sells those leaves. So send 50 kwacha and then I'll put them on the yango. Or I'll come, but need bear fuel. So there's no at any point where you use your own money for someone.
It's always,
you have to.
You have solutions, but you have to.
You have to pay for that.
Yeah.
That's why you find, when you are trying to communicate with people in the first world, you find them brag about, I'm a people's person. I met people by the shopping or by the platform waiting for a train or what, and I talked to them. The other woman was carrying a baby and he dropped a toy. I picked that toy for them and gave them. I'm a people's person. Like, they have to explain that. But for you, it's just natural.
It's normal,
yeah. We even have words like village. It takes a village to bring up, to raise a child. Yeah. In the capital world, you've got no say over my child. Not even you are able to discipline your own child. The capital system owns the child. So it's like when the child is born, he's owned by the capital system, the capitalist. You don't discipline them. They grow up without knowing the repercussions of being wrong. So that it is like a loan. When they reach 18 years, there's no way they can stay away from breaking the law. They have to have a record. So the government owns them because everyone is on record. So it's all a complicated thing. So then you start waking up and realizing that, wait a minute, we are dealing with it's more complicated than it looks. And the capital world has got a certain way of trying to trash the African way of doing things, as it can never work. And it's so old-fashioned, it cannot. But every time capitalism hits the wall, it rushes to communism. If they cannot put water in every household in Mtendere or Mandevu, they make a communal tap where everyone goes to go, because it's communism.
Yeah.
If they cannot give a toilet for every house, they create a communal toilet. Gents, everyone goes there, so everyone is at the same level. If they cannot empower every worker with a salary that makes them able to buy a car for themselves, what do? They buy a bus called a commuter.
It commutes everywhere from. So every day, but that's the essence of life. We should be able to share what the world has to offer at the, yes, it might be classes and everything like that, but generally, all of us have to share something, benefit something from this world.
Quickly, I love what you just said. So now that you are with the Socialist Party, yeah. What's the future? What does the future look like for the first, on this from your point of view? And if let's say the Socialist Party comes in to rule Zambia, like what's your dream for the nation?
The first thing is that people will have to understand that as a country, we have to export things on our own. But that doesn't sit well with the first world countries. Because if it's us exporting, then it's them consuming. So their card every time is to make sure that we should consume from them. Even if the raw material comes from us, they have to get it as raw material, make a complete product account to sell to us. So as the socialists, they're trying to say, no. We used to do these things. We used to have massive batteries. Instead of us buying all these lithium batteries and all that sort of material, let's make them from yen and export, but not at a private sector. Was if it at more on a private level, it means it's them again that have just come to make the company in our country. The money is still with them and they're still buying, but let's do it on our own as a nation. So teaching people that it is us as Zambians that are able to manufacture things and sell them ourselves. That's what the first world doesn't want to hear, and they demonize that ideology. So everyone who stands for Africa or for their country and wants to make it rich like any other country is always looked at as a bad person or dreamy, because they saw what happened, what it did with China. China locked itself, did what it did today. It's one of the biggest powerhouses in the world. And every country can do that, especially with resources. Like there should be no proper explanation to why Congo should not be the richest country in the world, when it has all the things that, the raw materials that makes every country rich out there. Like every richest country in the world survives Congo. Congo has everything. So now, but when we change the tables around, the only thing that happened with a lot of former French colonies is that they could not process anything in their countries. The bank with them, so in France, David, like France, is a small thing like this, small country like this, but is running a lot of countries in Africa. We most of us, you see, like Zambia, almost everywhere where you step, there's cost. And that's the measure of money. That's the what is called money. When you have money, just means that I have so much worth of gold in the central bank. So the paper that you're calling money is just a promissory note to show someone how much gold you have in the central bank. So if we have so much gold everywhere,
We should be it shouldn't be a crime for us to dream to be one of the first world countries. Have trains pass on top of our houses, others under our houses, rivers under the roads, and we can all do that stuff. But but it takes a lot of. At first, you don't know all that, but when you get to know and open your eyes, you realize what we are trying to fix needs a lot of mind change. So capitalism teaches you from where to go. So it becomes part of you and you think that's where the world is. But it's not. Because in the first world countries, they don't even really use capitalism. They preach it to the third world countries so that they are able to capitalize and get our resources. But it never happens the other way around, where third world countries go to get resources from, because the other side is different. The trains are not run by private individuals or private institutions. They are run by the municipality or the council or the government. The buses too in London are not run by people. The hospitals, education, hospital, farming are run by the government. Then everything can go into private sector. But there are other vital things that have to be run by the system itself. When we do that, we become powerful. It means that we won't have our presidents going for medications into other foreign countries. We'll have them in here when it's run by government. But now we privatize everything. Every corner there's a clinic or a pharmacy. It means that at medical stores, there's nothing there. Everything has moved into private hands. That's chaos already. And we are trying to keep a health population. Then it doesn't tally. If we were to copy and paste what they do to here, they wouldn't want that. It's all political anyway. So I'm a socialist, not by association to the political party, but by ideology. So at first I never knew, I just believed I was a human being, living life. But when I started understanding how things operate, I realized I'm more concerned about everyone eating from what is on the table. I'm not after pulling all that to me, then I start dropping so that people just for okay, no, can tap the commands, that's when you eat. That's not my makeup. But there are people that are like that. They would rather get everything than have everyone cling to them. Yeah.
Some people, I know we're supposed to wrap up. Like some people make it like a light moment. You have somebody we used to call Jason Cabanana is a PS now. You know, we have a brother that we know very well, Pilato. You know, you are gonna get into government. Are you gonna eat and fail to talk to?
So the issue about, I always want to clarify, I'm not Pilato or Jason Cabanana, but I always want to clarify something about them. I think people just show how much they lack knowledge about how a government system works. Pilato and Jason Cabanana are not employed to a political party. They are employed to the government. They are permanent secretary for the system. So they are very far away from in the context of government and political party. They are not on the political party. They are political party spokespersons and everything like that. But it's good. A person who's employed by government, a teacher, a soldier, a police officer, what, cannot go out there and start talking negative about the government, because you are part of the system that has to bring solutions. So there's no way you can speak when what you need to bring are solutions. You cannot come out and start complaining, Palibetan, you've been given a post. Oh, out of all this general thing that is called government, you handle, there are a lot of aspects. So there are also youths that are trying to come up with talents and everything. You'll be in charge of those. So you have to make sure that you find solutions and you put that in order. So if there's a problem at the section of energy, I think it's just unrealistic for you to start shouting, oh, even them that are in energy sector, PS from the energy, Minister of Energy and what, cannot start shouting to say there's too much drug abuse among youths and everything, because they know they are now shooting at your sector. So it's like everyone has got a responsibility, but there's no way you can look at another person's speck in the eye, forgetting the log that is in your. So Pilato can't say anything apart from looking for solutions, because he's a permanent secretary for the government Republic of Zambia, not for UPND. So expect him to say something is like, I don't know what the best example I can give. You are the driver of the car, but you start complaining on how slow we are not reaching and how much uncommon sense you are not using to use shortcuts. You are the ones driving, so find shortcuts. That's the only thing you have to do. I think so.
I like how you put it. Kinda makes a lot of sense. Yeah. What kind of a man is, like the president of the Socialist Party?
Okay, so
in a few words.
Yeah, in a few words.
Yeah.
For me, every time I see him, I see as gender balanced person. I never want to find myself being answerable to him because I wronged a woman. That's the first thing I learned.
Yeah.
Yeah, like even in a room, the way we are seated here, he cannot stand and sit.
What do you mean? Like we're just men in here. So there is no a gender balance and gender aspect of it. So every component that is not there in every situation. Here you need for if the day that you engage a girl just to be here, you see how things show people what you are drinking, what is happening. Certain things that don't cross our minds as men. Then life becomes complete. So it is where education for women had to be mandatory at some point had to be because it is very hard for you to develop a country with women that do not know about what is going on in the country. So let's say men are seated in a meeting, planning on how to change the economy, what and everything, and there are no women. When they go home, they are sleeping with women who do not have. You are lying next to a wife who does not have an idea of what is going on. So there is no construction there. One, she won't even value what really goes on, where it go. But the nose, yeah. But they are the creation of life. That's where the beginning of life starts. So there are a lot of things that have happened. Really, I'm really diverted from your question, but I think I needed to mention this. Yeah. There is a lot of, you see, capitalism is about dominance and suppression. They should be classed. Someone should be higher than the other one. So capitalism is the one that creates that mindset of saying men should be above, women should be below. But you should understand that every man, no matter how much he forgets, is a product of a woman. A woman labors but does not get paid for the labor. Even where she brings you to life is called a labor. And the labor starts from there, laboring for free. A baby, the first thing they will try to check if the baby can hear, they draw a spoon. You move. Oh, I'm very. They move their hands in front of the eyes, you follow. Oh, now they are training. But it's been told, the world has practically made it. Women believe that they do that out of love. There's no work put in. It's just them be women and be mothers. And anything that a man does to feed and everything, to run around, has to be paid. But if we were quite realistic, I think one of the biggest jobs is preparing a mind that is able to sit in a class, listen to laws, listen to people telling them that, learning language and everything like that. Language we learn from our mother. If your mother speaks Senga, even the kids speak Senga. But we all ignore all these things.
What type of a man is?
So the type of man of Fred Membe is someone who has so much knowledge in a lot of things we think we don't.
You're summarizing this way.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of people that think they can even debate with him or they know certain things better than him. All I always pray for them is to have a conversation with him, even at the private level, and just understand how he understands things. So I just feel bad that I met him when maybe it's right that now I can reason at this level. Maybe if I met him younger, I could have, I'm Dara, I'm a conda for deep money. You understand? But I think he's quite very knowledgeable and understand what is going on. I think he understands how the world development of countries work, and he understands how humans are. And by the time he's even gone, I think he would have left a lot of brains changed because he's invested a lot of time in educating my Zambian population. Not just the socialism, but we have a lot of people that are studying medicine on his watch under his global his budget in Brazil, in Venezuela, and in much. So he's a human for the four people. I really don't know how to squeeze that, but is quite very sensitive. Walk is the way. If I needed to mention one way to define it, this walk is very well. Very, very, very. He knows he's able to teach you things that you should tolerate for them to happen because they're supposed to happen for life, no matter how bad they might do. But let it happen. Let it play out itself. It will teach everyone something. Then from there, we'll work from the point of knowledge.
Amazing, man. I'm glad that I've had this conversation with you in this lifetime. Yeah, it will be there for years to come. Our kids will watch it. I was there when your first child was born.
Yeah.
Claire, how old is she now?
She's 19. It's crazy. Yeah, she's in university now. She's doing her second year. She will be done with her second, going to fade.
It just feels like yesterday. So
Yeah,
it was fun.
I remember the day that was born. We're opening the Airtel show at Kurimata. It was Celtel then. So I look at that. I'm like, I opened this shop like the day it was being opened. Yeah, it was performed there. You see, yeah, she's a big girl now. She thinks she's smarter than me. Look, she could be. I believe that you some popular education you learn that everyone has got something to teach you. Because I'm here, she's somewhere. There's what she's experiencing there and learning that I am not say, which I can learn when I meet truth. Yeah. So, but she thinks I'm a very big matter. Hey, daddy, I hold.
Like, yo, I'm just so like, let's up there. Kaboom. One neck and I do what is like this.
Come down on the usually to sleep leave that for
You shall go.
yeah. But recently I've been taking her to my shows.
Yeah.
And I can see her vibing and dancing around. So I asked her to say, so when you are there, it's old people having fun. So I help them.
So Wizkid, today in the morning, I was talking about Wizkid on the breakfast show. He said that he was telling his son that he doesn't want his son to go to, music because they'll always compare him to what his dad has done. It to be pressure for him. Just like, just do what other things. Are you going to do that with your babies too?
I think it's the fact that he was able to, Seth Wizkid was able to handle being compared to others. It never gave him pressure. The same strong personality that he had to soldier in, he should know that in his child is stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Edna was staring at Tiwa Savage, noticed she was recording in the house. Then the child, whenever she's recording, the child will come, press the piano and do, they said, No, if you love music, you will learn it somewhere else, not here. So she moved her studio from the house. She says, I don't want to be the reason you got into music because I'll blame myself when you fail or when you feel some type of pressure.
Yeah, but I think we cannot bring up our children with baby glove that they should not face life. Life has to happen. So whether they become lawyers, they'll still find it. They had whatever hard things happened in the lawyer real and circles.
That is so. I was trying to my weakness didn't show up, so I was trying.
But we've seen very successful families in music, like the Morgan heritage, from their father to the son, now to the nephews, to the nieces and their children. We've seen that also with the who did I want to mention before I even for
Original Sam dancer Emperor Peterson Sagaze. One making at the water, another one at the fire will come again. It's Peterson Sagaze. On the original Sam dancer Emperor Peterson Sagaze. One making at the water, another one at the fire will come again. My name is Peterson and I'm here on My Name is J podcast at Fort Mount Studios. Lego.